I need to know everything. Who in the what in the what.
Hello, my name is Braden Schwab, and this is another episode of The Works, where we find the work, does the work, and give other people that work. Today, we're going to be going through a new segment that I like called Why I Love. Today, we're going to be doing Why I Love P Diddy. Now, when it comes to P Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, Sean John, however you want to call it, he's done a lot of different things in entertainment. He's been a hip-hop mogul, hip-hop artist, hip-hop producer. He's owned the label. Then he's acted in movies, produced in movie roles. And what we're going to talk about today is what he's been able to do with Sean John. Now, in honor of the video, I'm wearing a piece of Sean John today. Sean John, the brand, has a special place in my heart. I've had family that lived in Atlanta, and they would ship me pieces of Sean John when I was younger. So it's something that I was always familiar with as a child growing up, how prominent this brand was. Yes, primarily a 90s brand, but we're going to kind of go over why I love P. Diddy and why I love the brand Sean John. So to start off with, Sean John is a streetwear luxury company. Now, the reason why I say luxury is because of the price labels for the majority of Sean John, and that's in general. I'm not saying what it has become today because we'll get into that. But it really was something that was primarily for, your high-class, well-dressed artists, rappers, celebrities, etc. And very prominent in places like Atlanta, New York, is where you'd see a good amount of Sean John stores. Standalone Sean John. Now, what I like about what P. Diddy did with Sean John is he took what he knew in the hip-hop industry and basically found what he knew people in that industry really liked and what they would really wear. And he turned it into Sean John. And Sean John has really specific pieces that give enough style, enough flash, without it being too over the top, which is what you find in a lot of brands. And of course, with it being, Black-owned business, it's something that, people in hip hop, which is the majority African American Black people, and they can see it as their own brand. In an interview he did with Vogue 2 years ago, Diddy described the impact that he's had and in general on fashion has been able to seep through into hip hop and has made hip hop helped make hip hop into one of the most prominent sources of media in the world. His brand was able to help usher in a lot of other Black-owned hip hop businesses to be able to do just as well, either not just hip hop, but just Black-owned in general. In fact, Diddy became the first African American to win an award for his fashion design, where he went up against the likes of Marc Jacobs and Ralph Lauren, which obviously very prominent people in the fashion game. So it's very impressive he was able to not only get nominated in the same breath of them being someone who was originally from other paths, but at the end of the day, he beat them too, and he had the award to show it. So that was amazing. He always knew he was going to be an entrepreneur because when you know it said that he knew it since he was 12 when he started doing a paper route. And I respect that a lot because he didn't let anything distract him from getting to his dream. And he knew it straight away. This is something I want to do. And he wasn't afraid of that. He wasn't afraid to be free and think that way. Because you have to think. Nowadays, it's much more, I wouldn't say completely more, but a lot of people are more accepting of the entrepreneur status the same way people respect YouTubers for being able to make a living just making YouTube videos. People haven't always been, and it's slightly becoming more and more progressive, that people have an open mind about people wanting to become entrepreneurs. The 9-to-5 thing, go to college, get a great job, has usually been the norm. But as we see times changing, more and more people are becoming open to the idea of wanting to be an entrepreneur. They see the advantage of it. They see the value in it. And that's what P. Diddy was well into the 90s and even into now. So fashion-wise, where is Diddy now, really? Now, where he is includes roles in modeling, and it includes expanding Sean John. Just a little over 10 years ago, Sean John was able to expand into stores such as Macy's. You have a lot of different ways that you can wear Sean John and a lot of ways that it can impact your own style. He claims his style is very Diddy-ish, and to me, what he means when he says that is it's flashy, it's cool, it's relaxed, it's laid back, but it's also I want to say it's a high class informal, if that makes sense. A high class informal. Now, what I mean by that is high class, so it's luxurious, it's nice, it's neat, but it's also not taking itself too seriously. And I don't think that ever was Diddy, in my opinion. Now, I've never met the guy, but that's just the impression I get from seeing him in his interviews, the way he would talk to people, and just from how he's been able to make his clothing line. Now, unfortunately, in the recent years, because of the high price tag of this luxury brand that is Sean John, it has made it harder for it to prosper in this day and age. And then you got to think about it. When times change, trends change, and not as many people out there are into Sean John as they were when it was the 90s, when it was the early 2000s. So in the future, we're unsure what path Sean John is going to take. It could be seen as a new come up. There could be new lines released under his son Christian, who has been able to make some waves in the rap game as King Combs. But it's really up to P Diddy on what he wants to do, because one thing we know for sure is that he's not going to stop making music anytime soon. He loves being a part of not only rapping, but the production. He's been able to see 40 plus Grammy nominations and wins just from that. So it's something that he loves at the forefront. So when it comes to his fashion, we're just going to have to wait and see. But for me, I'm looking forward to copying more pieces of Sean John. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're looking to see more videos. Like I said, I'm going to have these coming out every single week. My next what I love about is going to be for A$AP Rocky. So we'll have a video for that coming your way soon.